Welcome to Bunnyfish Crafts. I'm your host Heather, known as Bunnyfish on Ravelry and Plurk. Today is Wednesday, May 29th, 2013. This is episode 3. Happy birthday! Grab some sticks and string and come sit with me. I had every intention of recording yesterday, and then it was my birthday. I don't know how I forgot that last week, but I did. So, recording early this morning, which is why the light is a little bit different. It's not quite 7 yet. Kids are still asleep. I'm hoping to get this all recorded before they wake up so that I can edit right after they wake up and then get to the things that I need to do today and get this up. Sorry about the delay. My birthday weekend was fantastic. I didn't do anything yesterday for my birthday, really. I mean, there was some extra cleaning and my phone got blown up with texts, and Plurk and Facebook and Ravelry were full of birthday wishes. Thank you, everybody, for those. You really, really made my day. I cleaned the carpets yesterday. That was my big birthday thing. Yay! But, you know, I'm a grown-up. Birthdays don't get celebrated on birthdays. I had an entire birthday weekend. I went to Michigan, and that was really fun. I stayed with my sister and her kids the first night, and I love my nephews and my niece, but oh man, they are so much more, just more than my kids. They're louder and run around more. My kids are pretty mellow. Amanda's kids are crazy. Not in a bad way. It's just a lot. But it was nice to see them. I only finished one of the 2 dragons because even though Lisa told me they were huge, I totally ignored that and was like, oh, I can knock out 2 dragons in 4 days. No. I'll tell you more about that. Then I spent the weekend at Mary Lee's house, and it was nice. I think I slept 12 hours a day. We didn't really make plans. We went to the woods one day. We were thinking about going at 3, but we didn't leave until like 5 because the plans don't happen at Mary Lee's house. Things just go. But that was really fun. I did some spinning while I was at Mary Lee's, and everybody was like, you're turning a ferret into yarn. That's awesome. I didn't do a lot of crafting over the weekend because mostly I just hung out. And it was nice. It was really, really nice. Of course, my sister was here for the beginning of the week, and that was really fun too. I don't want to downplay that. But after the aquarium, mostly we just, hung out. We ate crepes a few times because the crepes place is awesome. I feel like I'm babbling because it's first thing in the morning. I am not a morning person. I am functional in the morning. Like, my body is functional. I can get up and go. I can do whatever you want. But this right here, only half functional. My 7:30 class in college, the one that I took, it was not my friend. Good thing the teacher put up detailed slides that I could just copy. I have a thank you. I got an early birthday present. Lisa's Humco 1 from, what is it, Extremely Originals. Sent me one of her patterns, and I'm going to pull it up on my new toy. It's the, glare from the window and now glare from the screen while you get one or the other. It's the XQD H3. So, super fantastic. Yeah, there's no way around that glare. Sorry about that. I feel like the afternoon is way less glary. Sorry. So it's a 3-headed alien that I think is absolutely adorable. Thank you, Lisa. I look forward to making that, and I love that pattern. It's been in my queue for a while. That one is probably also huge, and I'm probably also going to think that it is small. It can be done quickly because it's me, and I think that all toys are small. I don't know. Even though I know that they're not. The temperature, the temperature craft along officially started. I started mine. I don't have color on it yet, but there's the toe, 2 toes for my thigh highs. I'm really excited about all of the chatter that was happening about this. Some people are thinking of doing blankets by doing a square a day using the high and low temps, which I think is a really, really cool idea. And if I'm not burnt out on this idea by next year, maybe I'll do that. Some people are thinking of scarves. One person, I'm so sorry I forget your name, is doing a scarf lengthwise using the average temperature of the week and then doing 52 stripes. I think that is brilliant because then you don't have to do 365 stripes. Brilliant. So I'm really excited to see what everybody works on. I'm hoping that people will post project progress pictures in the thread like once a week-ish or once a month-ish, since this is a long-term process. Too many pro words this morning. I should have put on my first stripe yesterday, but I'll do it today. The high was 83, so I'll be using, let's see what color I'll be using. Journal is hiding. I will be using the yarn from Haley, the pink, orange, blue yarn that changes color. So I didn't start working on it, but I did start writing out the dates so that I could keep track. So there is that. I'll pull out the yarn today, do a stripe, and then probably wait until next week on Sunday and knock out the other stripes so that I can show you on Monday. Hoping next week Monday I can be back to the regular recording schedule. I feel really bad that I'm not on it. I know there have been a few questions about the temperature craft along. Please ask them in the thread so I can answer them so everybody can know what they are, because I don't remember off the top of my head what your questions are. It runs from, technically it started on the 17th, I think, of May this year to May 27th next year. The smallest a project can be is 28, like keeping track for 28 days. I would prefer you not take the average of 4 weeks and do it that way. I would prefer it to be 28 specific things. It can be bigger than 28. I just want that to be the minimum with a maximum of 375 somethings. Prizes will happen, next year. And just anything tracking any part of the weather. If you don't want to do temperatures, do the sky or do the humidity. Maybe you're in a place where it swings from 0 humidity to 100% humidity a lot, and that would be something fun for you to track. Whatever you want, do it. You can start it now. You can start it next April. Whatever works for you. The one skein craft along that is being co-hosted by myself and Anna of the Knitting with Sir Ancelot and Lady G podcast is starting on Saturday. That's June 1st. The rules are you make something with a single skein of yarn. I will also let you spin a single bump of fiber for those of you who are spinners and don't really want to get into knitting in the summertime. And that also goes really well with Tour de Fleece. So spin one whole bump of fiber, which is probably way easier for those of you with the wheel instead of those of me with the spindle, or knit a skein, any skein, make one project, 75% to 100% of the skein. Starts June 1st, goes through July 31st. I will have 2 VKNs this coming Saturday, which is June 1st. One starting at 2 p.m. and one starting at 8 p.m. That is the plan. However, children involved, so they might not happen. I will put up a thread in the Ravelry group and also post it on Plurk if I start them or if the children have delayed them. But I'm hoping to do that so that can be really fun. So you can either cast on there or show off your progress there. I think I'm going to be using a skein of Miss Babs for that. Pretty sure, but not positive, not 100% on that. If you want to see the prize on my end, I'll show you. I told you last week that Mariana from NutriFiber got in touch with me about donating the prize, and it arrived. This is called Tomorrow. It is Midtown Sock, which is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. And it is beautiful. And that is what you could win if you participate in the One Skein craft along. What you could win from my thread. You can also post your finished object in Anna's thread, which I'll post a link to in maybe the chat or maybe the finished objects. I don't know. It'll be somewhere, but you can't start until Saturday anyway, so it doesn't matter today. I hope you guys get excited about that. I wanted to do something very portable for the summer months because, yeah, when I was away for this weekend, I took Steve's socks everywhere and worked on them just a little bit. Mostly I hung out, but I worked on them a little bit. Are you ready to see some finished objects? 2 of the 3 have already been given away, so there will be pictures instead. But I will show you the one that I finished yesterday. I was waiting for maintenance to arrive yesterday, which is why I didn't record when I thought I was going to. Also, it was my birthday, so other things got thrown in the way. But I was waiting for maintenance. So while I was waiting for maintenance, I finished the 3rd Blizzard headband that I was making. I made 1 for Amber and 2 for Amanda. This is Amanda's 2nd one. It even has the button on it. And it's black, so you can't really see what's going on there. Nope, you can't see it. But it's the Blizzard headband by Jenna Meyer, and I used Red Heart Super Saver in the color black, strands held double, US size 9 needle, which I have to look at last week's notes to see what that is. 5.5 millimeters. And this is going to be Amanda's work-appropriate headband. Now I messed up my hair, which isn't very difficult because it's first thing in the morning and my hair kind of... Meh. I finished the terminal socks, which is a test knit for Jenna Meyer. Jenna Meyer. I will of course let you know when the patterners are released. I gave them to my mom as her birthday present, and she thought they were fantastic. She loved them a lot. She also really liked her shawl, but the socks were more weather appropriate than the shawl. She's taking the shawl to work because they keep the AC really, really, really cold there. But she could wear the socks immediately, and she did. And here's a picture of them. I used Premier Yarns Serenity Sock in the colorway Indigo. US size 1, 2.25 millimeter needles for that. The pattern calls for US 1.5, which is 2.5 millimeters, which I don't own, but my mom has really small feet, so size 7-ish, which I think is really, really small. I'm sure that's average, but my feet are size 9, so I think 7s are really small, and the pattern worked out fine with the size 1s. I also finished I'm going to show you the pattern for this one because I got this new tablet for my birthday. Steve got it for me, and it's my new toy. Oh, except I can't figure out which way it goes to turn it on to show you what's going on. Okay, so I finished a dragon, which I'll show here. That is my nephew Robert with his dragon that I made him, and it is Dwendrick the dragon. I really want to show you, but there just wants to be all sorts of glare. So I have to watch some podcasts and recall what they said about not having glare on the screen. So that's Dwendrick the Dragon by Lisa, also. Extremely Originals. And it's huge. It is like 2.5 feet. I was expecting it to be, a foot-long dragon. That's how long the other dragons that I made for the boys last year, that's how long they were. But no, it's like 2.5 feet long. So it took me like 2 full days to make Robert's dragon. More than. It took like 2.5. One of those days was on the road, so there was a lot of stopping and turning and playing with children and things. But anyway, it was huge. It took longer than expected. I didn't really work on Kenny's at all while I was in Michigan and haven't picked it up yet, but I'll be working very diligently on that, now. I did finish Robert's Dragon. That is made out of Red Heart Super Saver in brown and green. I'm sure it's a specific green because they have lots of greens, and the brown is probably called coffee or something. I don't know, they don't have tags, they're just in my acrylic stash. I changed the pattern a little bit because, as you could see in the pattern picture, that's definitely a showpiece dragon. I wanted to make a dragon to be a plaything for 7-year-old boys. So, the pattern calls for 2 sets of ears, horns, 2 sets of wings. I did not do the horns. I did 1 set of ears, 1 set of wings. Because those are the things that get pulled on and come off easily, and I didn't want Amanda to have to post me a whole dragon. Posting me a little sock to fix for Cecilia, you may recall, not a big deal. Posting a whole dragon, that's going to be a lot. Although I am going to post a dragon to Kenny, so that'll be really exciting for him. I feel kind of bad that it's going to be late, but he was totally cool with it. He was like, oh, that's cool, whatever. No big deal. Just like me. I was like, oh, Kenny, I love when your attitude is good like mine. He's really exciting. He said it was worth the wait to have a really cool black dragon with yellow eyes. So, that's good. Did I mention that the dragon is huge? That is what I'm going to be working on all week until Nerd Wars starts on Saturday. Yay, Nerd Wars! I'm still on Team 1-Up, in case you're wondering. I'm really excited about that. Oh, I also didn't do a nose flap on the dragon. There's a really cool nose flap, but I was a little concerned. They showed me their old dragons, and Kenny's looked pretty good, but Robert's was missing the wings, and I sewed those on really, really well. So they weren't missing. They were hanging on by the threads, but they were definitely separated. So skipped the extra parts because they're really, really rough on their dragons, as they should be. Dragons should go flying and stuff like that. And more babble, more babble. Okay, works in progress. I forgot to bring down the first copy of the fiber. I finished it in Michigan. I showed Mary Lee how my spindle comes apart to take off the little turtle thing, but then I left it downstairs. I'm not going upstairs because then Molly will bark because she's still in her crate. But this is the fiber from All Spun Up, and I think I told you before that when I spin, because I'm not breaking the fiber, I just sling this over my shoulder. So that's why they were all saying that I had a ferret on my shoulder. Because my friends are silly, but I love it. So there's the fiber. It's from All Spun Up. Link in the show notes, as always. And it is beautiful, and it's spinning up so fine, and It's amazing, and it was very entertaining for my friends. They were like, oh, that is magic, which is true. It is pretty magical. I also have the Forest Lawn Socks, which is another test knit for Jenna Meyer. And here you go. The yarn is Mountain Colors. I have the other ball right here with the tag. The tag for this skein is actually upstairs. This is Mountain Colors Crazy Foot. And the colorway Firestorm. And it is beauteous. I am on the heel of the socks. That's what the backs look like. I really like the way that this yarn is pooling into the spirals. I really like spirally yarns. I think I like spirally yarns more than I like self-striping yarns because the colors change, you know, every, I don't know, 15 stitches maybe less, maybe more. I don't know, but that's entertaining, and then it still makes the spirals. So can you see the leafy patterns? The light is not great because it's early in the morning, but I think you can see if there was not a needle in your face. I think you can see the leaf pattern happening. It's super pretty, and it's a really easy pattern to keep in your brain. I don't think that I have looked at the pattern. Well, I looked to see when I was supposed to start the heel for the test knit, but I have the actual leaf pattern memorized, and I'm just going to have to look in, I think, a few more rounds when I start the actual, I'm on the gusset part right now, so I'm increasing, and then I'm going to do the heel. And then I'm going to have to look because there's a whole different pattern on the back of the socks. And they will be lovely. Those are for Steve for Father's Day. I'm using US 2.75 millimeter needles because, again, that's written for US 1.5, which is 2.5 millimeters, but I don't have that. But it's okay because Steve has really big feet. So Jenna knows that I'm not using the right needle size, and that's okay because everything else is working out fine. So that's good. That's all I worked on, by the way. I took Kenny's Dragon to work on too, and I took another pair of socks to work on, but no love for those because there was a lot of sitting around, which was really, really nice. I highly recommend not knitting sometimes because sometimes it's just nice to sit around and hang out and whatever. I did do a lot of reading, but it's not that section yet. So, sock yarn blanket, I think I did 8 squares, I don't know. We'll see. I did this square. These are all Haley colors, by the way, so this one. And this one with needles. I didn't have a stitch marker to mark it last night, so I was just like, I'll just put my needles in it. This might be my favorite square that I did. I'm sure you can't tell why. And then all the other squares are on the other side of the blanket. So that blue one with the yellow stitch marker, and this one, and then a big section of them. You see the whole section? Yes. All the ones with stitch markers, those are all the ones that I did this week. Pretty good, right? Especially since the big ones are 4 squares worth of knitting. Not bad. I did 7 this week, which is really 10 if you count the big squares 4, but I'm just going to count it as 1. So 7, that's pretty good. I don't know how many I've done yet. I still didn't look that up, but I will. Probably. Maybe. I will, so I can tell you how well I did on my goals for the ones that I made at the end of last month for my birthday month. That way I can tell you. I think the only thing that I will have really succeeded on is the pair of socks that I made for myself and maybe this blanket. But we'll see. There will be more Haley squares done this week because I made it through the first bag, but I still have all of this left to tackle. Yay! Okay, new things. I showed you my tablet, which is really cool, but I haven't actually done much with it yet, except I went on to Ravelry and downloaded the patterns that I'm working on or I'm going to be starting on June 1st. They're now on my tablet so that I can look at them there. It's really exciting. That's really what I wanted a tablet for, was so that I could have all the patterns that I wanted on a screen bigger than my phone, which my new phone is much bigger than my old phone, but still, the screen, kind of small. I did use it for reading patterns. We being me and Melissa, went to get the oil changed on the vehicle on Wednesday because I was leaving Thursday, and Steve was supposed to have done it, I don't know, in the 2 weeks prior to that, but it didn't happen. So I went, and there was a really long wait, and I pulled up the Forest Lawn sock pattern on my phone. This must be much bigger than it was last time you saw it. Was there pattern last week? I don't know. Didn't check, didn't put in a marker. Should have put in a marker. We'll see. Maybe I'll do that this week. Anyway, I have another new thing, and it is from the, will you tell me what club this is? The 2013 Fiber Club County Fair. I'm pretty sure everybody else got theirs last week, but in case you haven't gotten yours, in case I'm not the last one like I thought I was, don't look. Okay, so this is 100% superwash wool, and when I opened it, I was like, oh, okay, not something I would buy myself, but that's okay. I wouldn't buy that, I wouldn't buy this yarn myself either. But I like the way it's working up, and it's fantastic for Steve. So, I saw this, and I was like, that's very yellow and very orange. But then I looked at the name. Can you see ducklings and chicks? Okay, so now I love this yarn more than I did when I opened it. And my mom might actually really like this yarn because when I visited, she was showing me her new clothes that she had bought. Kind of a big deal for my mom. She doesn't buy a lot of new clothing. So, I mean, neither do I. It doesn't happen very much. Although I did buy 3 tank tops because, okay, so I wasn't going to leave Michigan until, my plan was to take a nap from like 10 to 2 in the morning. That was my plan on Friday. And then Sunday morning, I slept from, well, Sunday day, I slept from midnight to basically noon. So I got to my mom's place at 6. I was like, maybe I'll just leave at about 10. You know, that gives the babies time to settle down and go to sleep. And then I won't have to take a nap because I haven't been up that long. So I left at about 9. Well, my voice sounds awesome. My mom had started doing laundry for me because that's a big thing for her. She just, as soon as there's dirty laundry on Sunday is her laundry day. So if there's any dirty laundry on Sunday, it goes immediately into her washing machine. Well, I had my weekend's worth of dirty clothes. So I was like, sure. I left my clean laundry in my mom's dryer because I didn't hear it buzz. I was probably at that point getting children into the car because I decided that at 9 I was ready to leave. The kids were asleep. It wasn't quite dark yet, which was nice for me for leaving. Like, it was dark enough that I turned on my headlights right away, but it wasn't the dark to start off my drive, and I was like, okay, I'm just going to go. Well, the reason this is important is because I have 2 pairs of jeans that I wear, and I left one of them in my mom's vehicle, in my mom's dryer. Also 2 sundresses, which is what I mostly wear during the summer, and one of my 2 tank tops. I don't wear a lot of clothes. I don't even have that much clothes anymore because when Amanda and Melissa were here, there was a charity truck coming through. So I was like, okay, I'm going to pull out all the clothes in my closet that I don't wear, or yeah, I kept a few things that I haven't worn in a while, but still intend to wear someday. I'm sure you have those clothes too. I pulled out all those clothes and put them in a bag. So there's just not that much left in my closet. And really, I could wear, probably 10 articles of clothing and be fine. Those articles of clothing being my jeans, which I have 2 pairs of and left one in Michigan, and black tank tops, which I had 2 of and left one in Michigan. So on Monday, when we got up, we went shopping and I got 3 more tank tops, this one being one of them. 2 black ones and 1 white star one with lots of colors that I was like, oh, I love it, but maybe I shouldn't get it because it's white. And I have Mara, and she puts her little hands all over my shirts all the time with like peanut butter and chocolate and stuff all over it. Difficult to get out. Just have to wear it not around her, or maybe under a hoodie with her around, and then I can take my hoodie off. I don't know. Anyway, tangent about new clothes. I got some. I guess that's okay since we were in the new things area. Back to my mom though. She was showing me her new clothes, and she had like nearly neon yellow sundress that she was really excited about. She was like, isn't that cute? I was like, my retinas have burned out of my face. And she was like, but it's really cute. And I was like, yes, on you, that would be really, really cute. I would never wear neon. I probably shouldn't say never because it could happen, but I can't think of a situation where I would be like, yes, neon yellow, let's wear that. This would probably be for my mom. Although it kind of looks like candy corn or Halloween-y, so I guess if one of my friends is like, oh, that's so Halloween, make me something out of it. My friends are really, really, really into Halloween, like Marilee and her friends, because they all work at a haunted house. So I guess if Marilee is like, oh my god, I don't think that she would because yellow and orange, so yellow and orange, but I mean, I guess if she did, I'd be like, oh, sure, I'll make you something instead. But if she doesn't, I'm probably going to make something for my mom because, yeah. But that's what happens when you're in a club, right? This is my first club, and I really, really loved the first yarn, and the second yarn is something I would never buy. That is kind of the beauty of being in a club, I think. It's not bad. The yarn is not bad yarn. They're not bad yellows and oranges and browns. I mean, they're nice colors. They're just, I would never buy them. But they're pretty. And I think you should support Hillary of the Happy Penguin. The other 2 yarns, if I understood the club correctly, will come from Mary Gale of Spartacus Dyes. I believe that's how it's going to work. And then there will be a fiber bump too coming my way in the next couple months. I'm reading Rose Madder, Stephen King. Melissa, if you're watching, I'm in a Stephen King mood. I got back from my vacation and I had finished The Lightning Thief by Rick Riordan, which was really good, and I'll be getting the second one. It does follow a 12-year-old boy, which I mentioned is not like the best thing for me ever, but it was really, really good, and I appreciate all of the mentions of the Greek gods because I'm really, really into mythology, which is why I'll be reading the rest of the series. I don't know how many books are in the series. I didn't look that up, but I'll be reading them all. So expect that in the near to mid future. Anyway, Stephen King, Rose Madder. I am not too far into it. Maybe around here-ish. So, just started. It's really good. I would like to issue a warning. If you cannot handle tales of domestic violence, probably don't read it because that is what the story opens up with. And yeah, domestic violence, violence against children, it's very disturbing. So if you can't handle that, don't pick up this book. Because I read the prologue and I wanted to throw up. But I pushed through to read the story. The story is pretty good so far. How it goes. I won't give away the story, but I'll let you know if it's good at the end. I don't have anything else to read this week, so that will be what I'll be reading. And I went to bed early last night from the VKM, so I could read. I'll let you know I read 20 pages, but that's better than when I was reading no pages before bed. So, on to, my list is only going to be 2 things, because my list is going to be birthdays. And I feel like if I was going to add a third one, it would be yesterday, because it was awesome. It was really, really fantastic. Social media makes it really easy to feel really special on your birthday, which is not a bad thing. It's nice seeing happy birthday from, 30 people on Facebook and like 10 people on Plurk and more people on Ravelry. I don't know, I didn't keep track. There were all sorts of PMs and in the thread, the happy birthday thread for me. That was really, really nice. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to tell you my 2 most memorable birthdays besides yesterday. With the disclaimer that my birthdays are usually pretty just another day. I usually make a cake, which I didn't do yesterday. Instead, I had sandwiches that were on light rye bread with Nutella and pecan coconut frosting. I made brownies with the frosting over the weekend, but I didn't put frosting on all of the brownies because my friends didn't want the frosting. So I put the frosting on my personal brownies. So I had leftovers and I had sandwiches yesterday and they were amazing. They were amazing. You should make one for yourself. Amazing. But normally my birthdays are just kind of whatever. But here are my 2 most memorable birthdays. When I was 5, I think I was turning 5. I don't know. It could have been, 4. I'm going to say 5, though. When I turned 5, I had a McDonald's birthday, which I don't know if that still happens now that kids have their birthdays at McDonald's, but when I was turning 5, that's what she did. I had a McDonald's birthday, and Roscoe the Clown was there. If you are from the Mount Clemens area, Mount Clemens, Michigan, you know who Roscoe the Clown is. I don't know how far Roscoe's influence is in Michigan, but yeah, he was at every parade, every fair. He was a really cool guy. I actually met him not in clown gear, and he was on the school board or something. I don't remember. I met him when I went to the top 10 brunch for the people with the 10 highest GPAs in the senior class when we were graduating. I was number 10, and there were actually 14 people there because they took the 10 highest GPAs, not the 10 people with the highest GPAs. So mine was number 10. If I hadn't gotten a D in gym, it would probably be better. I couldn't, my body was not built to do push-ups then, and my shoulder blades would cross and it would be really painful. They would jab into each other like this. It was really painful. So I got a D because I didn't participate in the calisthenics. Is that what it's called? I did everything except the push-ups, but I got a D because my teacher was a really old guy and not doing push-ups is not okay. Anyway, So I met Roscoe the Clown as an actual person, and I don't remember his name. He will forever be Roscoe the Clown. But anyway, he was at my 5th birthday party, and that was really fantastic. My other memorable birthday was not so fantastic. Someone is awake and coming down the stairs. It might be Steve. Anyway, my 14th birthday, it was Memorial Day. Like, my birthday landed on Memorial Day, and we didn't do anything as a family. We didn't barbecue. We didn't go anywhere. We didn't celebrate my birthday. It is possible that my family forgot my birthday, as none of them told me happy birthday until probably like 8 o'clock at night, and that was at a time when I went to bed at like 8:30 at night. Self-imposed curfew. I like sleep. So that really, really sucked. It was a 16 candles moment, except that there was no school that day, and 2 of my friends who I just made, Alex and Jeremy, who went on to be like pretty good friends of mine, but that was freshman year and I had just met them. Jeremy lived 2 streets over, and they were just, you know, skateboarding around and stuff, and I was sitting on my front porch reading, and they came down the street, and I wasn't going to say anything because I was having a bad day, and I didn't want to be like, hey guys, I know we just met, but you want to hang out? But they saw me, and they were like, hey, we didn't know you lived here, blah, 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 and we hung out for like half an hour, and that was the highlight of my birthday. But it was really, really cool because I was a little bit of a stalker, I guess, in high school. Not like a creepy go through your garbage type stalker, but when I was a freshman, I really, really, really wanted to hang out with this group of sophomores. I just did. They were not the cool kids in my high school, but to me, they were the cool kids, and Alex and Jeremy were 2 of those people. So the fact that my cool kids hung out with me on my birthday when they could have been skateboarding around being awesome, that was really, really fantastic. And by the way, Mary Lee was part of that group of my cool kids. So, more babbling. Thank you for hanging out with me. I hope you made something fantastic with your sticks and string, and I plan to see you next week on Monday. Maybe I can stick to that. Who knows? It's been getting pushed back later and later in the week, and I'm really sorry about that. Okay, done. Bye.